Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about the basics of welding and the safeties of welding, and then we're going to get on to just the start of welding, like how to weld and some basic tips. Welding means to unite metallic parts by heating and allowing the metals to flow together, or by hammering or compressing with or without previous heating. So in other words, when welding, you have your ground, which is one side of the circuit, and then whenever you press the trigger for your wire to come out, your wire touches the metal, which completes the whole circuit, and that causes an arc between the wire and the metal, causing the metal to heat up and fuse together. And with your wire, that adds a little bit of metal so it can fill in the gaps. First off, I would like to start off with safety. When welding, it's very important to use a welding hood in order to protect your eyes from the bright light when welding. Another reason why you would like to wear the welding hood is because of the bright light of the weld. It could burn your eyes, and you really don't want to look at the weld itself with just the naked eye. You want to protect your eyes, because the bright light can really cause some eye damage. So it's very important. Also important are some gloves. You need to wear some gloves because of the sparks that will occur whenever welding, so as to not get on your hands. Also, when welding, the metal gets hot and you don't want to burn yourself, so always wear gloves. And this right here are some leather sleeves. You want to wear those to protect your arms from any sparks, and so you're not to burn yourself. Also, you want to wear safety glasses. Also want to wear long pants, jeans will work, and some leather boots to protect your feet. You want to make sure any flammables are not in the general area, because with the sparks and flammables, it could cause a fire, and fires are very dangerous. Getting on to the machine here, right here we have a Lincoln Electric 180. This here is a MIG machine, or a wire-fed machine, because the wire sits in the machine, and when you pull the trigger on the gun here, it automatically feeds the wire through the hose and out the nozzle. This is one of the easiest forms of welding. Right here on the machine, this is the grounding clamp. You want to, when welding, you want to hook this up to the metal so you are able to complete your circuit. Right here is the welding gun. This is where all the welding actually happens. You have your trigger on the gun, and the wire feeds out of your gun and makes it easier. On these knobs over here, you have one that controls your amperage or your heat, and the other one is your wire speed. Depending on how thick your metal is, depends on your amperage and your wire speed. And right here inside the cover, there is a handy little chart that tells you where you need to set them depending on your metal thickness. Also, and we don't have it here, but there is a bottle of gas that would hook up to it. The bottle is shielding gas, and that's important to shield the metal so it can have a proper weld. And for our regular mild steel, we use the 75% argon, 25% CO2 gas mixture that plugs into the back of the machine here. Alright, now on to welding. Since we have everything set up, we're going to talk about just welding. How to weld, the basic setting up, and actually starting to weld. Here we have two plates that I'm going to put together with a magnet just to make things easy. And what we're going to do is, when you start to weld, you hook your ground clamp up to your metal, and then when you're ready to go, you have your shield on and all that, and you got your gun, and the first thing you do once you get it where you want it, you put a little bitty, what's called a tack. It's a small little weld to hold it in place before you start welding, so you can make sure everything's right. Once you got it tacked and everything's good, you can go ahead and run your bead. And when you're doing that, you want to make sure you're hitting both pieces of metal so you're getting good penetration. And sometimes, like on this is set up as a T-joint, T-joint. And what you can do is you can just do little bitty circles, or some people do a figure 8, just whatever feels better for you. Just do little bitty circles, and you go all the way down, and you can hit it on both sides, and your plates welded together.